Nothing like starting off the night with an earthquake. Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome. We got our February card class. Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome. Hard to believe that we are over the halfway mark of February. These are the cards we're going to be making tonight. We have a special bonus card. So as I was putting this kit together, I just couldn't leave one of them out. And if you got into your package, then you realized maybe if you opened up your package, that, or maybe you thought you were missing a couple bases, but there's two of these cards that are actually flat cards, and this is the flip open for the sentiment. So those are just something a little different, and there's two of those. So if you opened yours and thought, hey, wait a second, I only count 4 card bases, that's what's going on. So before we get started, wanted to give you a little sneak peek. Next month, March, is usually not the month for National Scrapbook Day. Usually I have it in May, and I do it in conjunction with my Go Gray in May event. So it's Go Gray in May for National Scrapbook Day. But this year, when Creative Memories released the artwork for National Scrapbook Day, I thought, well, I don't have a big crop going on in March, so I think we're going to do National Scrapbook Day in March. So we are going to celebrate National Scrapbook Day in March because this paper is so beautiful. And I've seen lots of ideas. Obviously, you know, I'm not Irish, but my husband's family is Irish, the O'Gormans. So this is great for St. Patrick's Day, Irish stuff, Notre Dame, Girl Scouts, someone said 4-H, lots of different uses, and it's just beautiful paper. So look for that. When you sign up for National Scrapbook Day, you'll actually sign up for the paper kit, which is, you'll get this kit, and you'll make 2 we'll be in a closed group, as we are for these type of events, so they'll just be for the people that have paid the $30. But this is one of the spreads that you'll make, and this is the other spread. So you'll make 2 2-page spreads with the paper kit, and of course you'll have leftover supplies to do other things with. If you choose the card kit, well then of course you will receive the card kit, but I'll be using this paper in the card kit. So that's what's coming up in March. So you're not missing. I am still doing a card class, but it's just embedded into National Scrapbook Day. And I've done that in the past in months where I had a Croptoberfest and that kind of thing. So you'll just choose paper or card or digital, depending on what you like to do. And like I said, we'll be in a closed group. I'll be doing lots of drawings, as I always do, giving away stuff. So it's going to be lots of fun. We'll do page challenges and card sketch challenges and all that good stuff. So, but you're here tonight for these cards, not the beautiful cards that are coming out in March. So, you've got your little packet, and I did want to just mention that for this, oh, Jacqueline, I'm so sorry. I checked your tracking. Jacqueline, she's still waiting for her card kit, right? I assume it didn't get there in time. It's sitting, I guess, last time I checked, it was sitting in Dallas, waiting to be delivered. And I said, don't they have some kind of slogan in sleet or snow, and that it gets delivered no matter what? But apparently that is not a thing when Texas is frozen over. So I'm glad that you checked in with us, Jacqueline, and hopefully your page kit will, or your card kit will come very soon. So you're going to get a preview tonight. But I made this card kit using the Creative Memories Happy Album Kit number 24. And so these are still available to purchase. The page sizes are, let's see, the papers are 10 by 7, so they're made for the Happy Album Kit. They're not necessarily made for 12 by 12, but they work great. Of course, you know, you can use any paper in our scrapbook albums. So, and a lot of them come with different stickers and stuff. So this one came with 4 sheets of paper and navy cardstock. And then I added some bling and to the equation. And then we have 6 cards to make. So if you can, go ahead and slide your whole card kit. The sign up for March is on Daytona Area Scrapbooking, and it's under the events, and it's labeled as National Scrapbook Day. And then when you go to checkout, you'll just choose paper or cards. And okay, so if you want to slide your set out, we're actually going to start with, of course, I always forget something. So you hear my voice get tiny as I go to get my little jewel placer. So the one we're going to start with first is actually the one that's going to take the longest because it's got all of the jewels. So that should be on top of your kit. If you just pull this one off, we're going to work from the top down just as it was packaged. If you disassembled them, that's fine. That happens too. And I will, you know, go through piece by piece what you need for each card. So our first card, Hello Friend. It's got the teal and pink jewels. Fun fact, most of you know I had to travel to Arizona because my dad was having a heart procedure, which was kind of unexpected. And he's fine. And thank you all for your prayers and for checking in with me. But this is what I did on the plane ride home. I'm sure people, although there was nobody in my row, so probably nobody saw what I was doing. But should have 40 little teal jewels and 40 little pink jewels. Okay, so you're gonna need not all 40 for this card, but you're gonna need to take those out for the card. You're gonna need the navy strip, and actually you can just pick off this whole base. The top base has this sheet that looks like a mermaid on one side, and it looks like speckles on the other. I know, Rosie. Look at, you're going to have so much fun. Hopefully you've made a piece with your bling. And then these pieces you may have recognized. They are from the new Mandala punch, which is amazing. And so we're going to use those. And then out of this bag, you're going to need to grab a couple things. You're going to need to grab your Hello Friend sentiment. Okay, because that's going to go on the front. You're going to need to grab your little peach colored circle. And then you're going to need this piece that says every day. Now, I'm sure I was trying to come up with other ideas like celebrate every day, the different things. Then I just decided to cover it. So, as always, you are the boss of your own art. So if you decide to do things a little different on your card, then you are certainly able to do that. Now, there is adhesive on the back of these, but I find that adhesive not very, it's not very much. It's really just to keep it on the acetate, which now I'm cutting, which if you're one of those people that likes to use these as masks, you might not want to cut it like I just did. But I didn't want to confuse you with the other embellishments. So we have this piece, the peach piece, Hello Friend, the 2 mandala, the navy, the mermaid, your card base, and your bling. And so you're going to want to have some liquid adhesive for your bling. If you don't have liquid adhesive and you need liquid adhesive, of course I can get you some, and you can just leave your bling off. And some people like to even come back and do the bling after we are together on Facebook Live, just so that you don't feel rushed. So of course I don't do anything ahead of time, because I want to try to move at the same pace that you are. So you want to go ahead and start by folding your base, and then you are going to attach your fish scale paper or mermaid tail paper or whatever you want to call it. Or, like I said, you feel free to put it the other way. So that's totally up to you. Just going to use whatever adhesive you want to do that. So we'll put that on there. And then the next thing you're going to do is add your mandalas. And you'll position them. They should be cut to the same length as your background paper, or same width. And so then you'll just position them in the middle. So you go ahead and add your adhesive to those. Rosie, you're too funny. I thought you came to some sort of agreement with your bling. You just agreed to not use it. Is that what it was? Maybe that's what I'm thinking. All right, and once you've got that across, then you can add your navy. And I am going to be doing a drawing tonight for the latest Creative Memories card kit that's available on their website. So those come with 12 cards. And so if you tag a friend and invite them to join us for National Scrapbook Day cards, for our March cards, you will be entered to possibly win that. So we've got this on. Oh, I guess I should mention, I don't know if you've seen this ring. Y'all, you know how like at the Academy Awards, there was like dress designers that dress famous people? So Masterpiece Jewelers costumed my hand for tonight. Stacy said that I should, because it matches the card, that I should show off this ring. So that is, I'm just borrowing it like the Academy Awards, but it is available for purchase. You thought you weren't on a jewelry show. That was last night. But it is a checkerboard cut blue topaz, and it's sterling silver with 14 karat gold accents. So, and it's a size 8. And there you have it. And I've worn it all day today, and I've enjoyed looking at my hand, very much so. All right. So now, after you've attached that, you're going to attach this. Now, I just pulled it off, and it does have a little sticky. I'm going to add more sticky. And if you have dimensionals, which many of you know, I know you do in your stock, you can add some dimensionals underneath. This would be a great spot to add dimensionals, just to lift it up a little bit. And I did do that in my sample, but tonight I'm just gonna go flat down. So up to you, crafter's choice on how you wanna handle your dimensionality of this card. All right, and then I'm going to cover over the everyday and add the hello friend. All right. And we got hello friend. All right, so from here, we're just going to add our bling. I'm gonna move my garbage over here. Now when I add my bling, of course I did the teal on the outside and pink on the inside. Of course you can put as much or little bling as you want on these, but that is one of the things I love about the mandala punch, is it lends itself to being blinged. And as always, these little baggies, thank you Rosie, she gifted these little baggies to me. I would like to say I have a lifetime supply, but actually I will eventually run out of them. So I'm just going to dump all of my jewels out of both packages here so that I can dip into them. Now some of you may have a little wax pencil, or some of you may have a tool like this. If you don't have a tool for placing jewels, you can also just use a pencil, the end of an eraser. Probably not supposed to do this during these times, but if you just like lick the eraser, you can tap into your card, send some of your DNA to your friends, whoever you're sending your card to. I didn't think about that until just now, but so you'll want your precision point adhesive to add. Now I like to do, like, I did 4 in a row, so I'm just gonna kind of put those on first. And then we're doing this one first in case there's some people joining us later, but also so it has time to dry, so that by the time we're done with the other cards, then this is ready to go. And if you have one of these little tools, you can come back and kind of position them when they're still wet. So we're just going to do that. Take your time. You have exactly until I finish. Just kidding. No, but it is the type of thing that jewels, if don't stress out. You can definitely come back to it after. So this one I put down the adhesive for both the rows. And if you don't have one of these doodads, I can send one to you. These little guys are $5. I'm not sure if I put it as one of the items you could add on at checkout. But when you purchase through my website, you can always add on adhesive that you might need, and I'll include that with your package. And this is some of our scrappy friends that do the diamond dots. They like the jewel part of this. It's a similar, it's very, some people find it very relaxing. And I only lost a couple of these on the airplane as I was putting them in bags. Although I feel like my little pile is dwindling. I hope I counted right. this is the quiet part of the evening. All right. How are you all doing? You can't type. You're sticking jewels. Got 400 more to add. And you see when I reach over to my pile, I just kind of like fluff them a little bit, and then, you know, some of them will turn over the way I want, because fighting with them individually is a pain. So I kind of just rough up the pile, and then it seems to work out. So if you're joining us late, or if you're just hopping on, we're starting with this mandala, and if you feel like already overwhelmed because you got on late, you can just wait for us to start the next card, and then you can come back to this one when the live posts. There's nothing real technical about it. But if you did miss, if you feel overwhelmed by all of these bling, you can save it to the end. Okay, if you're having trouble with your glue thing, first, I did it like instinctively, but sometimes it gets gooed up, so you just want to kind of twist it in your hand. Okay, you do want to apply, you know, pressure to the ball part, but you don't want to press straight down on it. You kind of want it at an angle, and you want to do little dots as you, let me see if I can see that, as you go. So you're squeezing as you dot. And then you do want to just kind of remove any junk. If any adhesive has dried on the top of it, you'll want to do that. Once you get it working and you have a feel for how hard you're supposed to push and how, you know, to dot it, but it's just like when you're trying to get a pen to work that isn't cooperating. You just want to, don't roll it like this. You want to dot it while you're pressing it. And when it's done, it'll look like this. Thanks, Gina. And just let me know as you finish up. You can kind of post in there that you're done. I love the colors of this kit. That was the first thing that drew me to it. Excuse my ice crunching. And I love the blues and greens in next month's kit too. But this the blue and the pink rose is such a nice look. So I'm going to set this one to dry over here to the side, and I'm going to just get ready for the next card. No rush. I'm going to give you a couple more minutes, and you can just put in the comments when you're done. So the next card is one of the flat cards that I was telling you about. So this is something a little fun, a little different. Just busy myself with some ice water here. All right. So we're about to start card number 2. And this one says, I get by with a little help from my friends. And, okay, well, good for you, Gina. You know me, I love to see, and please, as a reminder, I would love for you to post pictures. You can either post them on the Daytona Area Scrapbooking page or tag Daytona Area Scrapbooking in your posts. I love to see what you've done, especially if you've, as I like to say, off-roaded. If you went off-road with your card, if you deviated from my sample, which is definitely allowed and encouraged. I love to see what you all have done. So when I created this card, I just thought, for a lot of us, that's what the last year our scrapbooking group has been about, right? So last year my retreat shirt was, which is available for anyone to purchase, says, we will scrapbook here, we will scrapbook, no. What does it say? I will scrapbook here. I will scrapbook, not there, anywhere, everywhere. You know, Dr. Seuss. Why can't I think of it? Anyway, this is going to be the theme of our shirts this year. I get by with a little help from my scrappy friends, because that's how I always sign off, right? Stay scrappy and scrap happy. So I get by with a little help from my scrappy friends, and I really felt that. So I thank you all, and I know that we've all been there for each other in the last year. So I think we're ready to move on, and I hear several of you saying no, but I'm just gonna collect the pieces for the next one, and there are many of them. So you've got, actually, it doesn't go down to the base, right? So the base is here for the next card, but it goes down to this flat white piece of cardstock, which is the size of a half of a base, right? So there's many pieces. We've got this, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, we got 7 pieces. So you want to make sure that you have 7 pieces. And the first thing we're going to do is go ahead and stick down the background to our white base so that we can combine 2 of these 7 pieces straight away. So there are 2 sides to that. We are going to use this in another card. Of course, if you feel like you want to, if this print speaks to you, by all means, flip it up, flip it over. And then the next thing we're going to do is kind of lay out these pieces. So this is the top flap, okay? And what we're going to do is attach it to this piece and our other piece. And the bend is just a slight bend. So we're going to attach it and do that last. So you can set that aside. The next thing you want to do is attach these, not to the base. You've got your navy, you've got your, I don't know what to call this print, but the opposite side of the mermaid tail, and then you've got your sentiment. So we're going to put those down. My piece is a little bit off-centered, and that's why I always tell you to grab a little personal trimmer if you got one. Sometimes it's like I need a V8 when I'm trimming these pieces. So I'm going to go ahead and add or trim off just a little smidge. Center that. And of course my bling is going to go over here, so it doesn't matter too much. But once you get that on there, it's going to look like this. And we're not going to put our bling on yet because we're going to be manipulating this piece, and we don't want it, since they won't be dry. You can see I lost one over there. I'll have to pull out an extra one in my travels. Okay, so for this one, you do want it to be evenly spaced. But see how this is hanging over? So you're actually gonna use this piece as a guide to fold it over, right? And then you're gonna fold it back the other way. So this is like your little tab where you're gonna attach it to the front of the card, and then we're gonna cover it with this. And so then your outside blue piece will cover the white. Okay, so let me show that again. So you've got your other printed piece, and you're gonna put it onto the back side here. We're not sticking it, we're just gonna line it up so that it's, you know, equidistant all the way around. And then you're gonna fold it over. And that's just so you know where the fold is gonna go. And then that's gonna be your flap. So once you have that, it's about a 1/2 inch. Once you have that found, it would have been really nice if I had just done a scoring. You know, scored that for you. But this works too. So now you got your little flap, and now you're going to flip it up and put your adhesive on this side. This is what's going to stick down to the card. But we're going to reinforce it with the white. Okay. So once you have your adhesive on there and you've got it flipped over, we're just going to put it down right on top so it's centered. And now we have our little flap. Okay. Then we can take our white piece, and you want to butt it right up against the fold so that the navy will cover the whole thing, and you can check it. And then once you have done that, you can go ahead and stick that down. Put some in the middle too. I did corners and middle so that that's nice and then now you've got your little card. Now whoever you send it to is probably going to try to open it, look on the back. If you have a lot to say, you can write it on the back too. But a lot of times, just a little quick note. Little thanks. And for this one, I used all the pink. Whoops. And I just put them, I did 3 and 2. I might just go, because I think I'm just going to go 5 straight up the side on this one instead of 3 and 2, since it's a little, my words are a little close over there. I apologize if yours is not centered. Like I said, I don't know what was. And so you can put your bling wherever you like. Like I said, did my 5 on there. On the original one, I did 3 and 2 over here. 1 fell off. I need to add it back on. All right. And that is card number 2. How are we doing? Everybody okay? Whew, it's hot. I didn't think I'd say that. I'm sorry to our snowbound friends. My cousin called today and she asked her son if he was ready for hot cocoa. And it kind of threw me for a loop because I was looking outside and it was 80 here in Port Orange today. And I was like, hot cocoa? Oh my goodness, what? And then if that happens to me in the winter, I'm sure I'm not the only one. And then you look on the news and you think, oh my goodness, half the rest of the country's frozen. Alrighty, how's everyone doing? Just give me a little shout if you're done. Don't forget to like this broadcast, this Facebook Live, if you like making cards with me, and if you tag a friend, invite them to come next time. You'll be entered into a drawing for the newest Creative Memories card kit. Can you see under the flap? Yes. So under the flap, you'll just have a 1/2 inch of where you folded it, and that's where it attaches, and then you're going to cover over with the white. So this piece right here, if you put it on right, you could also have turned it and left more navy blue around, and then you'll have a longer kind of a flap. But if you turned it this way, you should probably have about a 1/2 inch on there. No worries. Yes, that is, I was doing so well up until, I don't know, 2/3 into January. I was trying to send out a card a day. Of course, because I have 2 of every, I have my sample and then I make one. And so every month I've got, 10 to 12 cards. So at this point I have quite a stockpile. So when somebody's done, just give me a shout. I'm happy to hang and chat. I'm going to move off our first card over to the done pile. And for our next one, you're just going to actually pick up a base over here. Boop. It's ready to go. I tried to alternate these flat cards in with the base ones so that things didn't get all mixy. And this is going to be card number 3. For those of you still working on card 2, here, I'll hold that one up. Card 3, if you just pull off your base, all the sentiment and the navy background should be there. And then you're going to pull these 2 pieces. Hopefully this translates, right? Hope your day is picture perfect. And it's got the little camera, right? You can send to one of your scrapbooking buddies. So you're going to need to pull the little camera out of your little pack of goodies. So you're going to need the perfect and the camera. So I'm going to cut them out so we don't get confused. When I use these happy album kits, I have to kind of back into my cards. So when I pick, oh, I'm so glad, Pamela. When I pick one of these kits, I usually try to pick one with, some bigger embellishments. I don't know if you guys remember the one where we did the watercolor with the flowers, and one of them was like a blue jay. That was another happy album kit that I use. So I mix it up from month to month. But with this one, so these are my embellishments, and then I kind of have to back into cards. So it's kind of, I don't know, like I say, it feels a little, that's not normally how I design my cards, but it does help, and that's why I mix it up that way sometimes, because sometimes it just gives me direction, like, oh my gosh, I have a whole room of stamps and, dies, like I'm sure a lot of you do as well, and paper. So when you're faced with all that, it's just like so much. So I like these kits because then I say, okay, I got to make a card with these things. It's kind of like being on a cooking challenge show, right? Like Chopped, like make 6 cards out of just these items. All right, so we're going to move on to card number 3, and we're going to start by folding our base. And then you have a choice as far as which side you want to use. I did use this little speckly side. So you can go ahead and add that. And again, if you get behind or frustrated, you can you can just keep doing what you're doing and then skip the card I'm doing now and then jump in on the next one. But the beautiful thing is right after this broadcast is done, this Facebook Live will be available for you to view on Daytona Area Scrapbooking. So you can go back and review it. So now we're just going to attach our white to this navy base, and then we're going to stick it down. And again, if you've got dimensionals, on my sample, I did pop up this whole section and gave support to this corner of the camera, but I'm going to make this one totally flat. So you can just use your regular adhesive if you don't have dimensionals. And then I've notched out our sentiment here so that the camera can fit there. And I did just notice, now that I went to put my camera on, that this is actually nudged over. It is not centered now that we all stuck it down. So if you're behind, it's okay. You didn't make that mistake. All right, and then, so this is gonna go here. And I need to move it over more. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna stick my camera so as not to do this a third time. Let's stick our camera on there and then position this piece where we want it to be. Ah, so much better. And then we will add, you can play with your placement of your arrow. There, and again, there is adhesive on the back. You can just go with what's there, or you can add more. And then I'm just gonna add just 3 bling. I have gotten the habit of sending, a few extra bling than what I designed in the samples. So, but if you want to make it the way I'm doing it first, then you can go back and add extra bling if you have it. Oh boy, this is crooked. You know why? Because my workshop is so warm tonight that I had to take my glasses off because I was fogging them up. I don't even have a mask on. I'm in my workshop, but I'm fogging glasses up over here. That's better. All right, and that one's out. So that's easy. Really, we started with the most time-consuming one, and then we moved on to the new technique one, but this is pretty straightforward, right? Hope your day is picture perfect. Would be good for a wedding. Really, anything could be like a congratulations. You threw your camera piece away. Oh no. Well, I hope you can find it. Yeah, you stay nice and warm and cozy. But yeah, this could be for a variety of occasions. That's one of the reasons why I don't stamp the inside, because I know, a lot of you have a collection of stamps So if you were sending this to someone for your birthday, you can either write happy birthday or stamp happy birthday inside. Okay, good, Rosie. And just give me a shout when you're ready. The next one is actually going to be another flap album. Oh, hello. It's going to be another flap card, flat card. That's the feel better. And this was a struggle for me. Shine On. I mean, I was just racking my brain, but because it's, you know, it's definitely supposed to be like a really kind of cutesy, artsy sun. But I mean, it could be because we just have COVID on the brain, but it also just reminded me of that. So that's why I have Feel Better. So this could be a little coronavirus, if you will, if you want. Or you could just leave it as Shine On and send it to someone as like a congratulations or something like that. So for this one, you're going to need your Shine On sun, coronavirus, die cut. Oh my goodness. You're going to need this, and you're going to need the Feel Better circle that is in your little bag. Why am I putting this way over to the side? And then you need to dig out your little pink heart. There's a little pink heart in your bag. And that's going to go down there in the corner. So those are the items from the little bag. We're going to use some bling down here on the bottom. So you're going to pick up from that flat card forward. So I'm going to count through the pieces for you. So you should have a flat navy, 1, 2, a long white one that we're going to fold in half, 3, and then two squares. All right. So we've got our white base, our navy, our white that we're going to fold in half, and then 2 of these. Okay. And so one's for the front and one's for the inside. And you can decide, you know, what you want to do as far as which one you want to use. I just remembered that one was the one in my package was cut too small, but then this other one I had over here ready to go was too big. I feel like Goldilocks over here tonight. So you shouldn't have to trim yours. Yours should be correct, but I just had to trim up mine. All right, so we're gonna start by attaching our navy to our white base. My little jewels are running around my cutting mat. So again, this is a flat card. This is like the one we did just a little bit ago, but a little bit of a twist, So this one, you're going to take your long rectangle white cardstock and you're just going to fold it in half. So instead of the little flap and the white on the bottom, this is just going to go on here, and then we'll add our paper. So this, I like to have space so that it's equal around, and then we're going to add some bling down here. So after you attach your navy and you fold your white piece, you're going to go ahead and add your tape on there. And then attach that on. So now we have another little flap. Okay, so your sentiment will go in here, or you can write it on the back, or you can attach a gift card. So instead of it being an open card, it's flat. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is decide. You can decide what piece you want on the front, what piece you want inside. So the way I did it was with the little wave paper on the front and then the speckle paper inside. So you can decide which way you like it. Then add those on. Of course, I could have done it with the little mermaid paper up too. And then on the inside, I'm going to add a little heart for my friend, whoever's going to get this. And then we will add our, now again, you can leave it shine on, or you can add your feel better to the front of it. So add your shine on. There goes the feel better. And then I'm just going to do three little jewels down here in the corner. It's a little close. And oops. Come back, little friend. All right. If you're jumping on and you didn't get the card kit and you are interested, I do have 2 or 3 card kits left. I'm starting to make more. When I first started doing this in this last spring, I think I only did 12 or 14. And now I'm up to 28, making 28 sets. So if you are tuned in because a friend tagged you and invited you to come watch and you'd like to get a set of these, this is a great set to get because it's got 6 this month because I could not decide which 5 to do. So now we have a bonus. And that's all this one is. Again, pretty straightforward. Sorry, sweetie. I'm on Facebook Live. Have to get back to you. All right. How are we doing out there? Will you have these kits next weekend? Yes, Carla, I will. If I have it, I'll bring my extra ones with me. All right. We got 2 more to go. My watch died. My Apple Watch died, so I have no idea what time it is. Hopefully, we haven't been on for 2 hours. Let me take a moment to show off the beautiful ring that Masterpiece Jewelers has costumed me with. Isn't it delightful? It really is lovely. It can be yours. It is for sale. It is new. And I've watched enough of their shows to know that because it's new, it can be sized for free. However, I don't know if this classified. I mean, Stacy tries them on. I don't know if is it still classified as new because I wore it tonight. I don't know. We have to ask the experts on that one. But it is normally $199.95, but it's on sale for $149.95, and it's size 8. And because I'm showing cards and not jewelry, I cannot do it justice. But it is exquisite, as our friend likes to say. All right. Next card is this one, the Thinking of You. It's just another just simple design, but I just love the clean look of these cards with the white and the blue. So we're going to start by folding our base. This is our traditional card base, white. Then you're going to go ahead and add on your background. And you'll notice this is slightly different blue. This is the blue cardstock that actually came with the kit. So we're using this blue in the last two cards. The other cards we used a navy for those ones. And now this one, we are going to cut on a diagonal. Okay, it looks shorter to me, but that is the right way. So if you don't have a trimmer like this that you can use to cut on the diagonal, you can fold it on the diagonal and use your scissors. So I'm going to use a little personal trimmer. Make sure that I've got my 2 points and cut. And so one piece is just going to go right here. Now you could use the other side if you wanted to mix it up. But what I did was, you'll notice on the sample, which is off the screen, that's helpful, is that they're at different heights. And that's because this was a rectangle. So one of them goes this way and the other one goes this way, so that it's slightly off. And if you want this bottom one even a little higher, you can nudge it up a little higher, because this piece on the bottom is going to cover it. So I'm actually going to nudge mine up a little higher so that you can really see the difference in height of the paper, up here to down here. So they're not symmetrical. So we will end up with a little tiny extra piece off the end, and we're just going to trim that with the scissors. So you do want to make sure, probably would have been good to tell you to do that before I just stuck that down, because you do want it to cover all the way to the edge, especially if you're lifting it up so that you don't see the blue in that corner. So I'm going to go ahead and stick this down into this corner. And then I've got this little piece. So you can do a couple things. You can either take this piece and just kind of fold it over underneath if you feel like you're not going to be able to cut it straight. And actually that's what I'm going to do, because I just don't trust myself to cut it straight. So I'm just going to throw some adhesive on there and then fold it over. And then I know that it's covered in that corner and no blue will be poking through. The next thing we're going to need, you should have in your little package, this little flower embellishment. And again, it's kind of like those aerobics ones where it's like, this is the high intensity, and then if you're, if you're recovering from an injury, you can do it like this. So I'm making it flat on my card tonight, or on my sample, I popped this up with dimensionals. So, but I'm gonna make them all flat. I'm gonna add some extra adhesive to to this one and kind of put it going down so that the flowers kind of, the leaves go down into that area. Then we're going to use some pink bling. I covered up the little pink in the center of this flower with the pink bling. So I just added 3 just to give it a little bit of dimension. And then we're going to add the thinking of you. And I did tuck it down into the paper, and then I also notched out the edge. So I'm going to notch this edge out. I like to go with a shallow notch. And by what I mean by that is not come in at a really pointy angle. I kind of come in pretty shallow, if that makes sense. And then I'm going to add my adhesive and just kind of tuck it under that flap. Okay, and I might just move this flower up a little bit so that it's not blocking my thinking. One thing I love about this adhesive that I feel like now is a nice time to say, the Creative Memories adhesive, it will really stick down with time the longer the adhesive has been attached to the paper. But initially, it does give you freedom to kind of reposition and move it. It's not what we market as a repositionable tape, which I really think is a strange name, because the repositionable tape, and it's really hard to see, has these tiny little dots, and it reminds me of like a Xyron machine, because it only sticks to where, you know, you can kind of just go over, say, something like the mandala, and it will just, you know, it'll just stick to the mandala part because it's these little tiny dots. And that is called repositionable tape. But all of our tape is really kind of repositionable. You see me hem and haw over the position of my items all the time on these shows, because I can't seem to put things down straight. All right, like this paper, but I'm not going to worry about that. All right, so now I'm going to add my bling. And I'm just adding the 3 little pink bling. And we really only need, what did I put? I put 7 pink bling on the next one. So I have extra. I did it just the way I did my samples. So if I filled your baggies correctly on my flight from Phoenix, then you'll have some extras too. And I know you want extras, Rosie. I know you want to add more. All right. And Jackie too. And that card is done. I'll leave those out there. Well, Lucille, you need to talk to your Wi-Fi provider. Get some more bandwidth out there. Hopefully I'm unfrozen. Different kind of frozen than our friends in Texas. All right, how are we doing? Still notching out? You're thinking of you. This is going to be our last card. And sadly, we've had to send out too many of these recently, sympathy cards. So my sympathy cards have dwindled. So two card base. Well, remember, there's 2 are flat, Rosie, so you should only have 4 card bases. And then these ones are flat. They aren't a base. So you shouldn't have 6 card bases. You should have 4 card bases and then two flat ones. But if you only have 2 card bases, well then, good thing I'm seeing you next weekend. Yes. Yes. The white pieces are for these special flappy ones, because this is the card. This is just it's a flat card. There are 2 flat cards. This is one of the flat cards, and this is a flat card. So both of these are just on flat. And then you can write your message here on the front. But if you are missing pink bling, well, that just won't ever do. I still have, maybe I have yours. Well, no, if I need 7 for the next one, I'll only have 1 extra. But then I have blue extra. No, I have 2 extra pink. Alrighty, how's everyone doing? Alrighty. Oh, I wonder if you were using it on this one, did you do pink on the outside maybe? That would explain it. But I got plenty of pink bling, so I can hook you up if you need some. Aw. I've been showing off my ring, Stacy. I mean, not my ring. I told them I'm famous because I'm being costumed like the actresses at the Academy Awards. I've been costumed. My hand's been costumed by Stacy and Tracy at Masterpiece Jewelers. Alrighty. So our last card is this one, the Sympathy with Heartfelt Sympathy. I'll leave this one over to the side. So this should be what you have left. And you should have a card base. A standard card base, not a flat card. I said flat card. And this one is landscape. And we're going to have our blue background. And then our striped paper, which of course has waves on the back side. But our striped paper. And then the with heartfelt sympathy. And this piece, either you can trim if you want it thin all the way around. If you want it thicker, you can trim some off the side. So I kind of like the thin. So the first thing I'm going to do is stick my sentiment to this blue base. Oh, I should also finish telling you what you'll need. You also need your heart and your 3 blue hearts that were in your packet. So I'm going to attach my sentiment to the blue base, and since I like a thin, I left it so that you could kind of choose if you wanted it thicker, thin or thicker, because this has a kind of thicker base. So if you are matte, so if you wanted to kind of mimic that, you could trim a little bit off your sentiment and have it be the same as that background. Or if you want it to be thinner like I did here on the sample, then you can trim off some of that. All right, and so now we can stick down our base, our background, and our second background. Lined piece, it's the 6th card, starting to struggle. All right, so we go there. And we go here. And then this piece, here's another opportunity for those of you who like to add dimension. Again, I'm doing mine flat, but if you have dimensionals and you want to add dimension, you can pop up this piece. Well, you can pop up any of it, but on my sample, I popped up these 2 pieces, and the heart is popped up as well. But I'm making them flat. And then I'll add my heart. And then you can add your blue hearts and your bling, however you like. I don't know if you've noticed, I tend to add, it works best for me, I should say, to add my adhesive rather than try to get it on the small piece and then pick up the small pieces. I kind of like to put it on the paper and then position it. And I did alternate where I put the big side of the heart. So like the big side's going this way on 2 and that way on 1, because it is just navy cardstock. So if you hadn't noticed that, you can do that. And now I'll add my bling. And then I'll just add some more bling right there. Of course, I always forget something. I forgot my computer in the other room to do my drawing. We can't skip that. Alrighty, and our last little bling here. There we go. And that card is done. If I can hold that steady for you. All right, so how's everybody doing? That is all six of our cards tonight. We'll recap them. And if you're watching because someone tagged you, well, you are very lucky. A friend thought you might enjoy joining us next month on our card class. And on under my events, it's actually labeled as National Scrapbook Day. And then once you register for National Scrapbook Day, you can sign up to do the card kit or a paper kit. And if you're interested in doing both, that is also an option as well. And it won't be an additional registration fee. It'll be a little less. But we can let's see. Oops. All right. So, oh, Marshall, we know. We love you. That's great. So, so that's it for tonight. I'm about to do the drawing, but just to recap, this is what the cards next month are going to be made out of. They are going to be beautiful shades. I haven't designed them yet. But as soon as I saw Creative Memories announce this, and it's not, like you can't get this, the public can't get this paper yet. But it is beautiful greens, and I just love this clover paper. And so if you sign up for National Scrapbook Day and you sign up for the paper option, you'll actually be getting the project recipes for National Scrapbook Day, and there's two 2-page spreads that you'll get. That's the paper version. The digital version, you get the digital kit, and then the card kit, you'll get the cards, which, as I said, I have not designed yet, but that is what the colors will be. So, without any longer of a delay, we will get to our winner tonight is Marianne Signs. Congratulations, Marianne. She is very lucky. She just won the latest Creative Memories card kit. She also won at my open house free card kits for a year. So all this year, she is doing all of the card kits for free. So that is awesome. Congratulations, Marianne. I know that you will enjoy doing another card kit. She has been working so hard at home and doing the project recipes and everything else. And Marianne, that's what I forgot to bring to you, was the project recipe from earlier in the month. So I will definitely get that to you. I just remembered. So congratulations. Thank you all for being on tonight. Thank you all for purchasing your card kits. And these were a lot of fun, and I hope you had fun, and I can't wait to see what you all created. And for those of you coming to my retreat in Savannah next weekend, I can't wait to see you all in Savannah and get some pictures on River Street next Thursday night with you. And I guess that's it. Until I see you all again, stay scrappy. All right. See you soon. Bye-bye.